guys, what's up? I'm on time. This is totally gonna take it down though, so it's really not gonna be on time. Okay, so this is chapter 7. We're over halfway through the volume, which is really weird. It's very much going quickly without the world of remnants. I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of miss them, but I like that they're able to have that exposition through the show now, because the way the pipeline is organized, they don't really have to take those 2D breaks because the 3D team is so killed. So, woo! But I do kind of miss those a little bit. I did enjoy the style of them. I like that kind of parchmenty fairy tale book feel. So maybe we'll see more in the future. I don't know. I hope that they can incorporate that more. I'm also realizing that in the chapter 6 video, I didn't bring up how they changed little bits of Raven's design, because I might do a video of like the differences in the designs, because I was dying a little bit, because I've done all the detail work on a cosplay. I was very proud of it, and now it's different and it's more detailed, which I love. I love that it's more detailed. I want to make that perfectly clear. And I wanted to redo the cosplay, but now I'm just kind of like, oh. On the bright side, I already have patterns, so. But alright, this is chapter 7. The thumbnail for it is Yang and Nora arm wrestling, which makes me very happy. It's Yang's robo arm, and she has a smirk, and Yang's smirk can kill me any day. So let's just get to business on this. Ugh. Back to the fairy tale, back to the show, back to the wall, and there's nowhere to go. I don't remember the rest of the words, it's been a while. Things looking bleak, yeah, they're bound to get worse. There we go. Krill's just deep sigh. I love how Nora's here just like a flower. Like, and that is how skirts work usually, especially with a petticoat like that, but Adam, you tool. Oh, we might get some Blake this episode, which I'm hoping for, because I love Blake, and we have 3 out of the 4 members of Team RWBY. I want the reunion between Blake and Yang, because there's a lot of levels there, and I'm excited to see it. Oh god, Ilya. I love how they do the summoning, just all this, like, the smoke that billows off of it. It's very reminiscent of like what happens like if you have, it's more like steam, honestly, and it reminds me of like dry ice, which I think is a very nice touch, especially considering her whole thing is ice, or like she is the ice queen, so I like that little nod, so props to the comp team for that. Like, I know that things are gonna start heating up more so, like episode 6 was not as intense as past volumes have been. That looks, I want food now. Like I have shitty Chinese leftovers in my fridge, but that's not the same.
How do you lose your map at a time like that?
Believe me, I've asked myself the same thing ever since.
Hey, but you made up for it, Mr. Muscles. You should have seen this guy take a giant grim head-on.
I couldn't have done it without Ruby wearing it down.
Me? Did you see Ren during that fight?
True.
He was out of control.
True.
I'm sorry. I may have lost my temper momentarily.
No, and out of control isn't awesome.
Oh. Thank you.
That's so pure!
You did not.
Yeah, right in the middle of the party.
Ooh.
Please tell me you let that lady have it.
Of course not. Even if I did really want to.
No way. I don't believe it.
Warmatus. She's twitching!
It's no replacement for the real thing, but I'll make sure to make good use of it.
That's amazing.
Incredible.
RWBY!
And it's just as strong?
Sure is.
Wanna bet?
Nora, please, now's not the time.
Now is definitely the time.
Don't let her
Come
beat
on, you can do this.
do it.
Show them what Team Juniper's made of.
Come on, sis! Oh, you can't lose
3
to a
and
girl
3.
in a skirt!
You got this, Nora.
You wear a skirt, Ruby.
Why is you not cheering loud enough? It definitely
a combat
feels like
skirt.
the original. I'll give you that.
Yep, but it does have some new features.
Please tell me tiny rockets.
Oh, yeah?
Tiny rockets, please.
Did she win?
Huh?
Gotta hand it to you.
creating it all. Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Easy there, Vomit Boy. I believe in you.
Vomit Boy.
Oh, we're doing nickname throwbacks now. Wonderful.
Crater face.
I mean, the Ice Queen seems to like it.
I so did not miss you people.
Oh my gosh, she really does like it. What went and warmed your heart while you were gone?
Hey! You make it sound like I used to be terrible.
Nah, just a lot to deal with at once.
It's been a long time. We've all grown in our own ways.
You really think so?
Well, think back to when we were all at Beacon. Would you say you ever did anything foolish or embarrassing? Or do you think you were perfect?
Ooh.
Oh gosh.
Oof.
I may have been a little too gung-ho from time to time.
Oof.
You? I tried to 1v1 a Nevermore on the second day of school.
Yeah, well, don't even get me started.
Well, that embarrassment, that desire to go back and tell yourself not to be so stupid,
It means you've improved.
that just proves you're not the same person you used to be. You're smarter, or kinder, or stronger, and you're not done growing yet. None of us are.
Team Dad.
Yeah, it turns out Ren gets real deep when he feels like talking. Well, hold on. I thought I was pretty great in school.
Even at the dance, when you spilled punch all over yourself in front of—
Yes, especially the dance. Thank you, Yang.
How can 6 kids possibly make so much noise eating dinner?
Yeah, do they know who he is yet? Time for a talk. Someone kill the clock, please. Anger.
So, the maidens, magic, Salem, it's all true?
Miss Zhao Long,
Ooh.
is this more or less what your mother told you?
Anger.
For the most part.
You forgot something.
The bird part.
You forgot to tell everyone what you did to Crow and my mother.
Ooh.
What is she talking about?
Oof.
Oh, great.
That's not a secret I thought she would give up so easily.
Uh-huh.
Your mother must trust you a great deal.
Don't rub salt in the wound.
My ability to reincarnate, though a curse, isn't without a few key benefits. Much like the maidens, I too possess a certain magical power. Using this power, I was able to gift the Bronwyn twins the ability to see more, to move freely and be unburdened by their natural bodies. Well, gave them the ability to turn into birds. Rather ridiculous sounding out loud, isn't it?
Wait, what? Uncle?
You turn them into birds.
All right, now you're just messing with us.
Right?
What else is new?
He's telling the truth. We saw it. Yang's mom changed right in front of us.
Why would you do something like that? I mean, what is wrong with you?
Yang, that's enough. We made a choice. We wanted this.
Did you?
May I? Granting this power to them was no trivial task, and I can assure you it was not done frivolously. I required assistance in gathering information on Salem's plans, as well as searching for maidens when their hosts became unclear.
Okay, so have you done this with others? Like General Ironwood or Professor Goodwitch?
No.
As helpful as that might be, unfortunately, it is not that simple. My power is finite, and if I'm being honest, dwindling.
Oof.
The amount that I gifted to Crow and Raven was, all things considered, rather minuscule.
Minuscule?
You see, centuries ago, I sacrificed a great deal of magic to 4 young women
Yep.
who I
Wizard.
hoped would use my gift for good. They were the first maidens. Miss Zhao Long, it was never my intention to lie to you. To any of you. There are just some matters that I prefer to play close to the chest. I believe that's how you phrased it.
Yeah.
Everyone has a choice. The Bronwyns chose to accept their powers and the responsibilities that came with them. And later, one of them chose to abandon her duties in favor of her own self-interest.
Raven.
Now, all of you have a choice. If anyone wishes to leave, now is the time. There is no shame or disgrace in abstaining. Only in retreat.
It's like what Iron once said.
Very well then.
Okay, you gave him like a 2-minute window.
Yang?
If Ruby sticks around, then I will too. If there's one thing I know about her, it's that she somehow always knows the right thing to do. But, if we're going to help, if we're going to keep risking our lives,
We need to know everything.
no more lies. No more half-truths.
The clock is a nice touch.
Understood.
So, what
Now
now?
what?
I mean, what can we do?
That is a difficult question. One that I believe is best answered tomorrow.
What do you mean?
The road ahead is undoubtedly filled with hardships and peril. However, it has been far too long since you have all been together. Please, take tonight. Enjoy this moment.
Yeah.
Me too.
Oh! Raven? Crow? They're birds! Cracked it!
I'm so glad Nora exists.
Hey, ugly.
Oh.
Is Raven Bronwyn home?
You know, I've had a real bad week.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna take it out on you.
Whoa.
Doesn't look like he wants to cooperate, boss.
Then make him.
I was hoping you'd say that.
I never thought I'd hope for Emerald to make a mirage in a situation again. Oh no. Okay, so chapter 6 might not have had that cliffhangery setup for things, and you know, I was talking about Cinder's team, but that didn't mean that I wanted to see them, which, you know, is always fun. Lots of fun. That is stressful. I'm dying a little bit inside. Okay. I'm glad that this episode is a thing, because every once in a while you do kind of need like this was a good way to kind of recap the events of Volume 4 and kind of put things in perspective. And I like that they brought up like how you're very different from how you like who you are when you start something isn't always who you are when you finish it. And if you look back on something with embarrassment and regret, then odds are you've learned from that experience. That's why when you see artists look at old art, they're always like, oh god, it's so bad, how did I think this was good? Because you've grown from then, you know better, so you know, it's that whole mentality, and I'm glad they talked about it, and I'm glad they have concept art for the bowl going down with the levels of food, which makes me very happy. I really want ramen now, but no, I just have shitty payware in my fridge. Voice is just, oh, even though I did want to. I'm so glad that she brought that up, and just, it was so good to see them again. Because it's been a while, it's been a full volume, pretty much a volume and a half since they all got together, and they have definitely changed. It's been a long time. And I'm very glad that we get to see them together and talking about everything that they went through. Because it's good to take time and reflect on your past actions. It helps you regather yourself and prepare for the future. And Ren and Ruby's conversation was so pure. Like, he was out of control. I may have lost my temper, but no, in a good way. It was not in a good way, Ruby. It was not in a good way. He was blindly throwing himself towards death. Literally, Nora had to tackle him to the ground. It was not in a good way. And I'm glad that they're going back to talking about things, and I think Weiss was blushing a little bit. It makes me really happy, because I love seeing Weiss-Schnee happy. Whenever Weiss smiles, or laughs, or blushes, or is happy, I swear to God, I get 10 years on my life. I love that they were just like, you did it, and then it just, she did Nora's little twitching foot. That was a nice touch. I very much liked that. And Ren was just losing it. It was... And then all the callbacks, like, I believe in you, Vomit Boy. It was like, it makes me very happy. It's also very different from usually how they were, because they were all just kind of like, and Jean is Jean, and he still is Jean. And like, they've all kind of been like, oh yeah, he doesn't really know what he's doing, but he's doing his best. He's now the strategist. So while he may not be the most competent fighter, he is doing his best, and he thinks with his head before he thinks with his sword, which is progress, all things considered, considering he kind of leaped without looking with applying to Beacon. But, just Vomit Boy, oh, we're doing the callbacks with the nicknames, okay. I do kind of wish someone called Ruby Craterface. Granted, that was never really a nickname for her, but I like that she tried to make it one. Like, she talked to John, it's like, you can just call me Crater. Actually, you can just call me Ruby. Oh, yeah, no, that's actually just Blake. But, Ice Queen. They brought back Ice Queen. I'm so glad. And she likes it. She's very fond of it. Like, it's moved on from an insult to, like, it's like when you lovingly call your friends asshole. That's what it is now. And it makes me very happy. I love that even Yang was just like, well, I was a little bit hot-headed, and Weiss was like, how did I think I was perfect? That moment made me so happy. And Ruby's even just like, I tried to take on an Evermore the second day at school. Oof, which I really like how they brought that up, because, you know, those are very anime things to do, and they were like, I'm glad that you're able to see this progression with them. I love seeing that progression in the evolution of characters. That's part of why I love RWBY, is you get to see the animation and the story and the writing all develop through it, and now we get to see the characters develop through it because enough time has passed. It makes me really happy, and I really like that we're able to see that growth in them. Because, like, they feel very real. Like, I've had, like, these characters have been around since I was in high school. Like, I was 15 when RWBY was 15. Like, I remember she was my favorite. I identified with her, and then as soon as I was hitting, like, 16, 17, I was like, actually, you know what? I think Pyrrha's my favorite. I like this one. And, like, it's just, they've been there for, like, 4 years of my life, so I'm very attached to these characters. I'm very fond of these characters, and seeing them be able to reflect on who they were and how they behaved in past situations. It's very interesting, and it shows that they've really grown as characters, and I'm glad that they've been able to bring that up. And I love them. I love them all so much. This is a very good episode. I'm glad it was a thing. It makes me very happy. I kind of want to watch it again. And I love Nora so much. I need to go find a picture of my Nora cosplay that fits. That just Raven, Crow, they're birds. That was just. That was beautiful. I'm trying not to think about Cinder and Emerald and Mercury, although Cinder, that dress is going to be a little tricky to fight in, although she never really did a lot of the heavy leg-based combat. She is primarily archery at this point and maiden-y powers, and now she has more maiden-y powers, so she's probably going to be doing less heavy lifting. But also, what is he going to do? Is he going to count me to death? Like, so basically they just have two heavy hitters, one diplomat, and one scary bitch, who's no longer, like, she was a little bit hesitant with Salem and their crazy punch of evil, but she was like, well, I'm here, I can't leave this shit party, may as well drink the whole bowl. And there she is, fully immersed in crazy juice. So that's gonna be fun to see. I am scared for the future. I feel like the second Yang sees Mercury, things are gonna go bad. But I'm glad that her arm can pop off, because all I could think of was that one thing after Volume 3 came out where someone, like, took the models and made an edit. It was the scene, it was the blooper from Toy Story. It was like, can someone give me a hand? And Buzz throws up his arm. It's like, very funny! And I'm glad that that happened. I want Blake to reunite with them. That'll probably happen closer to the end of the volume just because of some things that'll be going on. So I'm afraid the next episode's probably going to be a little bit more Blake-ish, Blake-centric, which I'm I'm kind of scared for because, you know, there's the whole attack on the Belladonnas and with Ilya, and I'm fear, and I'm very hyper, and I'm very hungry. So I'm gonna cut this here, and I'm very excited to I'm excited to talk about this episode. I'm bummed that I can't really, like, talk about it or put this up until Saturday, but I'm very excited, and I love this show, and I love my girls, and I love my kids, and I'm glad that 3/4 of the RWBY is back together, and I love it, and I love them, and I'll see you guys next week.